Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
Tell me how you want it, yeah. Call me and I'm over it.
Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triss.
Stop playing, Riot. Why you cut me off, yo? Oh,
that's your song.
You say it one day. You're not even the fart.
You're not even a fart.
He's so stupid. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Spark FM Online, #1 for Urban and Caribbean Nation Radio.
What do you say? Caribbean Nation? I
What
like
is
it. The Spark FM. Saucy and Friends.
Saucy and Friends. Spark FM, #1 for Urban and Caribbean music.
Urban and Caribbean music.
What's the word? What are we #1 for?
What'd you say?
All of
Urban
it.
and Caribbean Nation?
Urban Caribbean Nation.
Yeah, all right. That's the new one.
Change that right now. Let me go talk to the people. They're like, yo, we changing
For the
things.
Urban and Caribbean Nation around the world.
We are here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Friday. It is F word Friday, Freaky Friday, Effing Friday.
Thank you.
Friggity. I am tired. I can't even speak today.
Frisky. Wow.
Frolicky.
Well, at least you're going on vacation tomorrow.
I am. And the bad thing about that is that I don't want to do anything but lay down.
So just do that.
I think I am. I already canceled one because they said it was starting at 11 p.m. and it ended at 11 a.m. and it was 2 hours away from where we were staying.
Yes,
First day, I said, no. No. Count me out of that one.
Like tomorrow?
Huh?
Like tomorrow?
Yeah, like tomorrow
So
night.
it starts tomorrow night and then it ends in the morning.
It ends on Sunday morning.
But that's how it goes.
See, that's what I didn't know, and I'm watching videos of people. We're talking about Grenada. Grenada, it's jab, it's spice mass. Mm-hmm. So Tony and I are traveling tomorrow to Grenada and coming back next week. So as you guys know, the show might be, here or there. It depends on how Tristan feels.
Me and Miss Taylor and a couple of Spark people, we're going to be in.
Okay. I'm going to be tuned in while I chill.
It's the carnival season and stuff here, so we kind of just have to play our part, our role.
You do.
Yeah.
Today we have a special guest sitting in with us, Miss Jaquetta from Prosecco, Politics and Prosecco. And she's just going to be hanging out with us today. We will do a little interview inside of us just chilling here today with her. We're going to find out her personalities. Because to work here, you have to have multiple personalities, multiple of them. Just bring that phone in front of you. But just to kick off the show, we're going to start with a little bit of what's been going on. What's going on? Quick check-in with you first, Tristan.
Yesterday, I did my DJ class. That was my 5th week. We are on our 5th week of the DJ class at the BCYF Matter Hunt Center.
And how do you feel?
It's been.
And that teacher of children and youth role,
yes.
It could get really,
Once again, it's really dope for me to just, I just sit in there in awe because that is where I went to elementary school. Mm-hmm. I think I went 3rd grade and 2nd grade and 3rd grade there, one of those. And I remember distinctly walking through that tunnel. And then we would go into this other building of the school, and it would be dark, and there would be doors with gum and stuff on it and chains on it. And then
At the elementary school?
At the elementary school. And then we would walk through this other door, and then that would bring us to the pool. Oh. So now you walk in there, and it is like a complete 180, complete turnaround.
It is absolutely gorgeous in there now.
Breathing with life and lively children. And I didn't know there was a gym inside there. And there's another auditorium. And we didn't know all these things. When I went to elementary, it was just chained up and locked up. Mm-hmm. And it felt like lean on me.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it did.
Oh, very well.
So it's really dope to be teaching those kids now.
It's a full circle
teaching
moment.
my DJ class in there. It's really dope.
Fully dope. Miss Jaquetta, let me hold on. How are you? Bring that close. This one over here. Bring that close to yourself, and we're gonna talk to you in 2 seconds. See how you're doing. We're just gonna find out how was your night. How was your last evening since last evening?
I'm kind of a bore. I was in bed by like 9.
Oh, see, you my type of girl. I like that. I like that a lot.
Bring it to you.
It comes with you. Go.
You can pull it out.
Make it as comfortable as you want.
No.
I think that's as far as it goes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, I can't pull it out anymore.
do it. You break it, you buy.
Well.
Damn it. First day. Oh. Oh my. And quick check-in with Miss Tony. How you doing, sister girl?
Good morning, everyone. I am good. A little delayed this morning. I can't wait until camp is over and school starts because, school's right there.
School is right there.
Right there. And school is starting as soon as he comes back for his trip. I've been rushing, trying to get us ready for these trips. Janet, mind your business. Yes, we've taken vacations this year. We deserve to take vacations. But anyhow, I'm good. I think I have everything together for the trips. And yeah, that's what I think. Last in the evening, I spent the evening trying to get help Sauce organized for CK, get him on his way, and I think he's flying the friendly skies right now. And so that feels good. Now we got to just take care of
already up there.
everybody else.
There.
Yeah.
He was up at 3:00 this morning.
Oh, what time did they go to bed?
1:00.
Yeah.
I'm literally a zombie. We got back around 5, and then I went to sleep. But because
I got 5 from the airport.
Oh, y'all went to the airport that
let
early.
me just say, when black people find out that they got 2 free luggages on the plane, regardless of whether they need it or not, they gonna take 2 free luggages on the plane.
This is true.
Today, it was,
What airline is that?
They got first class, so they can take 2 bags.
And
there
there
was
bags up to 70 pounds.
Yep, there were 5 of them, so you get 2 bags and a carry-on. There were a total of 15 bags.
No,
there wasn't.
For how long?
Wait,
a
5?
minute,
That's more than 2. Oh, with each of them with their carry-on too. 2 bags plus a carry-on for everybody.
So how long is the trip?
Oh my God.
10 days.
10 days.
That's about right.
No,
That's not
That's
right.
about right.
No.
I have 3 outfits a day. Even if I'm like going away for 2 days,
No,
I
seriously.
bring like a full-on.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yep. Yeah. There's a
Because
meme.
it's all the clothes that I don't wear here. I'm out to impress when I'm like.
See, there's a meme going around. It's like, I'm ready for one of those 3-day trips where you pack 35 outfits. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. That's me.
And
I
that's
am
been me
like
all year. Every
the
month I've taken a
opposite.
trip.
I'm like, put me in a backpack. Let's
Yeah.
go.
My sister's like that. She's like, I need pajamas, a toothbrush.
Yeah, because
This one's like, all I need is bathing suits and flip-flops. And I'm like, what about the outfits? I do 3 outfits a day plus a bathing suit.
But I have seen some people jazz up their swimsuits. I can see that too.
it's jazzy.
You know, like they'll wear like a funky little,
a little
whatever those
over
pants
over
are.
some.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Where
most.
it's not looking smutty, but it's looking really kind of classic.
Somebody
This
put
one
me
puts
on
on the bathing suit.
this one. Someone put me on to just tank tops and shorts, and I said, "Oh, doing it because I'm do 2 shorts and a tank top, a backpacker. I just don't want it. I don't want any of the hassle. I don't want to take bags off. I don't want to open it. I don't want to go through them. I don't want to do any of that. I am effing tired.
I have a cousin who, when she
tired.
travels, she doesn't pack anything. She just buys things.
Oh,
when she's
see,
there.
that's
Yep.
smart too.
Yep.
I like
She
that.
got a little bit of a longer coin than
Today
I
I'm
do.
going to the beach. Let me buy
Yeah.
one bathing
Right.
suit, one cover.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
she'll
Yep.
go into the boutiques because they're cheaper oftentimes over there too. But yeah.
No. We were looking because the Airbnb that we're staying in, our friends are there already. And when she arrived, she said that there were no towels when she got there. So she went into the town to go buy a towel. She was like, I think this towel is like $30 in the
For a
store.
towel.
I just drip dry.
What?
She was like,
Put me outside.
She said she bought 2 hand towels and was like, I'm going to make it do with this because this is crazy.
Put me outside and let me spin around a couple of times.
But
It's
no,
gonna
not me.
dry.
I need an ensemble every day. Ensemble.
I'm
Well, I
there
tell
to
you.
impress. I live in this city. I don't need to impress anyone here.
Exactly.
I'm there to impress.
Yeah.
That's me when I'm home. I live here. I ain't trying to impress nobody.
You lucky if I put on shoes. God damn it. So today is Friday. Like I said, it's F Word Friday. This will we have a little bit more fun. We do a little fun things. Jaquetta is in here for with us today just to kind of hang out and see how things go and how things run. She will be on every Tuesday from 1 to 3, and we'll be talking about our good old politics, which you guys know we love here in the morning.
Very good.
So we're excited about this.
Yeah, we need that.
Politico.
With that said, in the interest of time, let's get into the show. Saucy and Friends officially starts right now.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM. Log on to sparkfmonline.com. The People Station. What is that? What is that? Spark FM.
What is this, Doctor? This is.
Well, Spark of New England. Spark FM. Bringing the heat back to the airwaves. Turn us up.
All right, let's take a look.
August 9th.
Today is, my mic wasn't on. Today is Friday, August the 9th. It's approximately 9:34 a.m. in the morning. Today, areas of patchy fog early, overcast, high of 84 degrees, winds in the south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. It just seems like it's going to be a real wet day today. It's going to be real, gray, wet, and moist.
Ew.
Moist. How come people don't like the word moist?
Sounds weird.
Like moist. What is wrong with it? It sounds like a sexy word to me. I use it in a sexy way. So it is going to be pretty foggy today, so don't expect too much sun outside. So if you can stay outside, go inside, take a little nap. That's what everybody should do. Everybody around 12 o'clock today should just stop what they're doing, lay down, and take a nap wherever you are. And I'm going to introduce siestas here into Boston, Massachusetts. How do I get a bill passed?
What do you need?
Start with the concept.
Okay. And see, I want universal siestas in Boston, Mass, so that people exactly at 12 o'clock have to stop what they're doing and take a nap. All the stores, everything is shut down so that everybody can take a 1 hour nap, rejuvenate, and start back the day.
They do that in other countries.
And Argentina, for a fact, I think for about a couple of hours, maybe 2 hours, during like 11 o'clock to 1, they
here
just
for that.
shut down.
I'm here for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I take a nap anyway every day.
You and I are the same person.
So that's good.
That's so crazy. That's crazy.
As soon as she said it, I said, oh, she's my sister.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Every day. It shuts down. I'm like, I don't know why you calling me at 2 o'clock. You know what time it is?
But it feels like everyone wants to text or call at that time.
Everybody. Yeah.
The nap time?
Yeah. Nap time.
12 to 2 is my nap time.
You got to turn your phone completely off
I'm
if you
going
want to take a nap.
sleep do not disturb during my nap time. Something.
I like that.
Bless you.
Thank you. Let's get into the. Everybody, bear with me today. I'm on like 20 seconds of sleep. Child pornography found on Randolph man's phone after search at Logan. I wonder how he managed to get search at Logan on his phone.
Right.
A Randolph man was arrested Wednesday after child pornography was allegedly found on his cell phone during a border search after his flight from the Dominican Republic landed at Boston's Logan International Airport. That sucks.
There was suspicion that he
Kelser Xavier, Sergeant 43, was charged with transporting child pornography and possession of child pornography and was detained pending a hearing that is scheduled for next week. According to the charging documents, after landing at Logan from Santo Domingo, the child's sexual abuse material was found on his phone. Officials said further review of the phone allegedly shows payments Sergeant made in exchange for access to the material. The charge of transporting child pornography provides for a mandatory minimum sentence of 5 years in prison and up to 20 years in prison. The charge of possessing child pornography provides for a sentence of up to 20 years in prison, at least 5 years, and up to a lifetime of supervised release and a fine of up to $250,000. The case, I don't understand though.
Doesn't seem like enough.
Yeah.
This is
So what? He was going through customs and they said, let me see the contents of your phone?
Yeah, that's what I said. Was there suspicion that he had this pornography, or what? Like, why did they target him?
So this is the second time that we've reported on somebody going through the airport
With T-Mobile for Business,
and
our internet
and them finding pornography on their phones.
So is that what they do?
I think the machines or something must go through your phone.
How does it know? It's like a tag, like says, hey.
Yeah.
Child pornography?
But
And
this,
isn't that a violation of some kind of rights for them to just go in your phone like that without knowledge?
I don't know, but this is definitely the second time that we've reported a story like this where people are going through the airport and they're finding child pornography on their phones.
Yeah, I'm trying to go in. I'm right here in the Google trying to figure, do airport scanners detect animals? No. Do kids go through a body scanner? How do airports verify? Do registered sex offenders get flagged? I'm trying not to do
That's a
too,
good question.
Is he a registered sex offender?
I don't know.
because he's from Santo Domingo. So how did they know that they don't get registry, do they? I don't think they got a registry. No, TSA is only concerned with airport airline security. They are just looking to see that you have, this must be customs. Customs. We gonna learn something today. Do registered,
A border search. What's a border search?
yeah, because you're coming over here illegally.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection.
A border search is a routine, warrantless inspection of people's baggage and merchandise entering or exiting the United States at ports of entry, including land borders, international airports, and seaports. Border searches are a key part of U.S. Customs and Border Protection. So how do they get? I don't know.
Oh, CBP agents may swipe through your phone or look through documents on your computer.
Really?
Mm-hmm. The government also claims that they have the authority to copy the data on your electronic devices.
Oh.
But it says here that the reason that they're reasonable, it's reasonable because if they see something suspicious when it goes to the baggage scanner, that gives them reason to.
But something suspicious like what? That they would see
Probably-
to pull this guy's phone.
Maybe he had a couple of little photos, a little photo book of
Wallet
porn.
sizes?
Yeah, because I'm assuming that if you're paying for certain things, that you might maybe print a couple of out just in case you don't get Wi-Fi on the plane because you're nasty. Yeah, he need to get the full 20 years. Send him back. Send him back to where he is, and then lock him up over there because we first don't need it there, and second of it, they don't need it there, but that's where he belongs.
No, remember yesterday we read about how they're extraditing people from the Dominican Republic to face charges here. So
That one man.
It
but
was
he
three
local?
of them.
They started here though, right?
they did the crime here, and then they went and they extradited him from the Dominican
This one
Republic.
is trying to get over to do the crime.
Didi said, "Don't y'all watch To Catch a Smuggler."
No.
That one.
I didn't know that there was
that?
To
I
Catch a
didn't know there was a
Smuggler
show.
Me
smuggler
either.
there.
They randomly pick folks coming in from certain countries and they get a tip.
Is this a TV
And or
show?
if they
I
get
was
a
just gonna
tip.
say, it sounds like somebody might have tipped them off, like a disgruntled baby mama or something.
He be touching kids.
Right.
Oh, thank you for letting us know, Anonymous.
It says here, a traveler may be chosen for inspection for many different reasons, randomly or because his or her name matches persons of interest in the government's databases.
Okay.
But that's unfair. I mean, somebody like me, my name is Jaquetta Van Zandt, and I go through customs a lot, but
Related to Ayana?
Ayana Love.
Ayana.
I'm a
Ayana
Van Zandt by
Love.
blood,
Oh.
married.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I thought that when I saw your last name too.
What name is Van Zandt?
It's Dutch.
Really?
Dutch.
Deutsch.
Yeah. So my
Oh.
dad's family's from Ponchatoula, Louisiana. And so a lot of Dutch came over, and they were brutal to the slave trade.
Yes, very.
And so that is how we ended up with.
Oh, that's so interesting. I like that. But see, my name Danielle Johnson is is like Jane Doe. So I'm pretty sure there's like 16,000 of us in the system, and I'm pretty sure all of us is not living right. Okay.
I didn't think my name was common either, but there's about 6 Antoinette Johnsons in the city of Boston, to the point where they gave me somebody's prescription the other day.
Yes. What was it?
I will not disclose Antoinette Johnson's.
But that happened to Wes Moore, the governor of Maryland. That's how he wrote his book, The Two Wes Moores, because there was another guy who was a criminal and kept the Wes Moore, the governor, kept being pulled over and brought in because his name was Wes Moore, and then he found the guy and he wrote a whole story about how you can have.
Isn't that something?
Clifford Harris, T.I., just the other day. He got arrested in the airport because there was a search out for Clifford Harris, and he just happened to be on the plane. So that man got arrested for no reason.
Right.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
that's another name.
Yeah.
Clifford Harris.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
a lot.
I guess my name would protect me. I have met other Jaquettas, but I've not met any.
Okay, I like this. I like this. Boston implements first traffic flow changes recommended by AI.
Wow.
Oh, Boston. Visitors is flowing in a different way at present via 4 Boston intersections following the implementation of modifications developed in partnership with synthetic intelligence. Metropolis officers introduced on Thursday. It offers our visitors engineers with essential knowledge to tweak a sign in seconds, which might help cut back congestion along a hall. Speak in English.
Yeah. What is it called? Metropolis what?
Metropolis, they're called Metropolis officers.
That sounds like
Synthetic
AI.
intelligence Metropolis
Yeah,
officers.
yeah.
Like a movie. Like they
I
should
got a
make
video.
Right.
Yes, let's play the video so they can explain it to me a little bit better. While we're waiting for it to load up, for the reason that partnership started in February, it was analyzed knowledge from a whole lot of intersections to develop suggestions for optimization that are then assessed by the Boston Transportation Division visitors engineers. The expertise makes use of AI to mannequin visitor patterns and create sign timing suggestions that may cut back stop and go visitors and emission. What they need to do is fix some of those street signs over here that have you waiting for 5 minutes because ain't nobody got time for that.
So here's what, before you play the video, here's what I find interesting is that Boston doesn't have a city planner.
Oh,
we don't?
I thought we did too.
I thought we did.
Me
I thought
too.
we did.
I thought they always talking about the planners. Go ahead. Okay.
So we don't actually have a person dedicated as a city planner like you'll find in other places like Framingham or Natick or something like that. And because of that, our traffic patterns are out of control. Our driving, our drivers are out of control. But our traffic patterns are a mess. The neighborhoods are kind of crunched in a way where every way's a one way. Like, we need someone to reassess exactly how the city is laid out. I mean, it's still a horse and buggy city as opposed to with modern cars.
How do you feel?
Okay, wait. I have
And then it seems like they're trying to not make it a modern car city with what they're doing. So
we don't have a city planner, but we have a planning department,
Yes.
which was just implemented 2024.
yesterday. This morning.
We need a city planner, and there are people who go to school for that, who absolutely go to school to plan out cities. And the fact that Boston has made it this far without a city planner speaks to the government, speaks to the lack of their interest in how to lay out the city.
Because you can tell that because a lot of the things that are, well, you can tell who is in charge of those things. A lot of the things that happen in here in the hood is not necessarily designed by the people who live here in the hood.
And that includes the elected officials. I mean, the fact that you would put a
Center running bus lane?
down the middle of Blue Hill Ave on this side, which is extremely congested, doesn't make any sense.
Not even a little bit of sense. I mean, I guess in the overall scheme of things, in my brain, I get what they're trying to do. From the residents that live along this corridor, you know, some of them, the ones that actually attend the meetings, because those are the people that attend the meetings. All of the other ones do not attend. It'd be like 2 people in there. That'd be like, no, we don't want it. And the rest would be like, no, I can't walk my dog at 4 a.m. because I might get hit by a car. You might get hit by a car anywhere at 4 a.m., ma'am, sir. So let's play this video and see what they have, what AI is plotting for us.
Traffic might be the biggest headache that you have to deal with every single day. We need to find better ways to move more people on our streets.
Which is why Boston Mayor Michelle Wu says the city jumped at the chance to partner with Google for its pilot program called Project Greenlight. Only Boston and Seattle were invited to take part at no cost. The program
Boston.
uses AI to analyze information about traffic patterns collected by Google Maps to make recommendations about how to reduce stop-and-go traffic and emissions.
But this is a place where we know that even small tweaks can go a long way with traffic. Sometimes it's just a matter of how long a particular light stays green, going one direction in the intersection versus the cross street.
Huntington Ave and Opera Place is one of 2 intersections where the pilot program is being tested. The city says it's already seen over a 50% reduction in stop-and-go traffic.
That's a lot when you're thinking about the amount of time that you spend in a vehicle or maybe standing on a street corner waiting to get through the intersection.
Stacey Thompson is the executive director of the Livable Streets Alliance.
So I would like to understand how this very specific tool fits into their larger vision for safer and more efficient streets.
Me too.
Mayor Wu says this program is just one component, but proving impressive.
It comes with a lot of customization and real human analysis of it, but even having that starting point helps us target in a much more effective way.
Now, the other intersection in Boston is Armory and Green Streets in Jamaica Plain. And these 2 are part of 70 intersections worldwide that are part of this pilot program. And by the way, this is a double goal. We're trying to reduce traffic and reduce emissions worldwide. In Boston tonight, I'm Mary Solana, WCVB News.
But see, what's interesting about that is they want to pull climate change in that. But if you saw what happened last week when the budget blew up, they didn't want to deal with the climate change at all. It's like there's a little bit of it is politics as usual. The fact that the city does not have a very good working relationship with the state legislature because infrastructure money comes from there. This is just a domino effect. But when I hear these stories or read about them,
We might have to have you sit next to Tony because the people keep saying they
I would
can't
love
hear
to
you.
sit next to Tony.
Turn my camera how you.
No, the people saying that they can't hear her. She can't get closer to the mic.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, there.
No, but bring your whole chair.
Yeah, bring it.
Yeah. They put you both in the frame. No, AI. How do you guys feel about AI in general? I know that we talked about this before. I like AI to a certain extent. I like AI to write documents and to analyze my computer emails and things like that. However, AI, I do feel like we do got to be very, very careful when it comes to AI because it could get out of hand. I always think of iRobot.
There's so many things that are like relying on AI too now. Like all of our social media has been taken over by AI.
Whole Foods and the palm scanner?
The palm scanners.
What
Whole
is
Foods.
it? How do I do it?
I don't know.
I don't
saw it
wanna
when I
do
was
it.
there on Saturday, and I was like, I don't know what that is, and I'm not doing that. But you hold your palm over the thing, it scans your palm, and then you put in some of your information, and then it has your palm there all the time. So then when you come in, you just scan your palm.
In the Whole Foods?
Yeah, in Whole Foods, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a little scary for me. I didn't like that.
What do you mean? You put in your debit card number?
I guess you hold your palm on it. It scans your palm.
Yeah.
You put in your email address or whatever, and then you can go and set up your account in other places or offline.
Oh.
And then when you go in from now on, you can just scan your palm and you pay with your palm.
Look at us. Look at us. We are
I don't
there.
like that either. I'm going away, for the weekend, and I'm unplugging all of my Alexa and all of that. Y'all ain't taking over my house.
In July, Amazon announced all U.S. Whole Foods stores would have palm payment tech by the end of 2023. The system called Amazon One links a user's payment information and account with their palm print. I decided to try it out, and while I was initially skeptical of scanning a body part, I can't deny it's convenient. And that's how it gets you.
Yeah.
Because remember when the phone started doing the fingerprint, and then they started doing the face scanners, and then they started doing all kinds of stuff. At first you're like, nah, I'm not putting my face in the phone. And now I'll be like, and if it don't catch my face, I take it up and make it start over. Because catch my face, because I don't know the password.
It doesn't work for everybody. I heard some of the boogers have to, when they mask at night.
No, seriously.
Doesn't recognize them in the
most of the
morning.
time, my Face ID
The
does
phone
not
can't
work.
do that, but the dudes laying up next to them seem to not have a problem.
And then also, there's some people that can unlock people's phone with their picture. They could show.
She
a
unlocked
picture.
my phone with her face one day.
Oh, y'all,
Wow.
I was mad. I was like, Apple.com.
Your face structure is the same.
It's a breach of contract. God damn it. Who do you think get my private information? I mean, she already got my password, but still, you know.
I don't like the palm thing.
Yeah, me
No,
either.
I don't
it
like
seems,
it.
When I saw it yesterday, I was just like,
Amazon has become very invasive.
yeah.
Yeah. I think Amazon.
But they still will get my money.
They are very
definitely,
quick.
They're definitely.
I was so mad
lots
this
of money.
morning because I ordered a tablet case for my son and said it was gonna get me between 4 and 8, and I was like, I think they're gonna put it at 4. By the time I got back home, it was sitting right there on the porch. I'm like, come on, 5:15. That's when you drop it off. Come on, you was already out. You could have put it earlier. I love Amazon. 3 arrested in separate thefts from same church donation bin. That is the devil. That is, I rebuke you. Let me not say that out too loud.
I know somebody said that to me yesterday, and I was like, "Be careful saying that." Don't say that.
Hot boiling water. It's a damn shame. In less than 2 hours from late last night on Wednesday, July 5th, this is. Sometimes I produce.
It's from 2020.
It
last
is.
year?
That is from last year. She's
Where
fired
she be
again.
finding these
Maybe
things?
maybe she be a little sleeping or something like that. I be confused. However, this just popped up in my thing. Counselor would let Boston homeowners paint yellow no parking zones around their driveways
Here for it.
and would fine people who park in them. Let's go, Counselor Worrell.
I love this idea.
We be fighting, but you be doing some things that I like.
Yes, this is so important, especially if you live in Roxbury and Dorchester.
Tell it,
where
girl.
The
Say
streets are. So my street is a one-way, and I live next to a building, and I can barely get out. There's a rooming house across the street from me, and a building on the right side, and people will literally park over the curb.
People think that, oh, I can make it. You think they could get out?
Right, and I tell them, look, I got premium insurance, and I have off-street parking. So I try not to take away parking spaces. Like I'll tell my friends, park in the driveway. But there's such an inconvenience. Am I still not? No one's hearing
A little bit. You good though?
Okay. But I love this idea because for people who do live next to buildings, okay, y'all are. It's like I'm gonna have to get my palm
There
in a
you go.
minute.
Yeah. This is getting you ready for when you start your show.
So it needs to be like right here in my mouth.
Yeah.
Right
Okay.
there.
Got it.
You
You're gonna say something
woman.
so dirty,
Yeah,
but I'm not.
I already thought it. I was like, you know what to do, girl.
But like I understand when things are close. But yeah, I'm here for
Friday,
this
you got
because
that.
it does a lot of the buildings, especially the big buildings owned by like New Oyster or something like that. They have a lot of tenants, but not any parking
Yes,
spaces.
absolutely.
So yeah, I'm here for this.
Where do you reside in Roxbury?
I live in Roxbury. I'm close to Dudley.
Okay, so we're neighbors. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm right up Upham's Corner across from the Croc Center,
Oh, okay.
Mary Hannon Park.
I'm on the Vine Forest, Mount Pleasant side.
Oh, okay,
Familiar
nice.
with that area? We get our nails done over there.
And so, as you know, those are all one ways.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I like around my street too. The young people have gathered for the summertime, and it's all hours of the night that they're just out there. And our driveway is really, really active, and they'll park right in front of it. They'll park a little bit halfway.
Yep.
You know, you gotta sit out there honking. If anybody's car is, move your car.
I'm just now towing folks. Like I just called 311 and have them towed. And
Oh, I'm a 311 renegade. Yeah,
I understand I have a neighborhood name, and that's fine.
Don't talk in front of that.
Every time I sign a mortgage check, I write with that name.
That's right.
The Boston City Council will consider a proposal by Councilor Brian Worrell to deal with the issue of big-ass SUVs making it harder for people with driveways to see oncoming traffic as they pull out by letting homeowners create yellow paint no parking areas 18 inches on either side of their driveways, and then calling for $25 fines for people who disregard these zones. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. You know where else they need that? Over there by Top Mix.
Oh, yes.
Because you can't see.
Where's that?
Top Mix is
in
Burrell Street. It's right
It's
near.
Burrell in Norfolk, right?
the sub place, Ideals.
Yes.
That street
All the way
going
down at the
down. So
end.
Top Mix is at the end of the street. And then right there, there's two-way traffic.
Oh, you see
but
that
there's
bar.
always cars parked there and here. So you can never see.
Yep.
You're out. You're risking your life.
Oh, yeah.
World said yesterday that as people continue to buy vehicles approaching the size of semis, residents of houses with driveways, in particular seniors and people with disabilities, have more and more problems safely backing out of their driveway. World said he knows seniors who have taken to parking along the curbs themselves rather than in their driveways, which is terrible. Which only causes more parking issues, which is not a solution available to people with disabilities because people in houses with driveways can't have handy parking spots designated in front of their homes.
Is that right?
Really?
I did not know that.
Who's parking a semi on a small street?
Well, now everybody's bringing this big ass
Everybody's
Tesla machines,
Cybertruck.
Cybertrucks all the
I've
time.
seen Sprinters.
Sprinters, a
Yeah.
lot of Sprinters,
Yeah, I've
a
seen the
lot of just
Sprinters.
work
Yep.
trucks and stuff like that, and it's really annoying.
Yeah.
Under Worrell's proposal, which will be studied by a council committee before the council as a whole votes on it. Residents would first have to apply to BTD for permission to create the new mini no parking zones. Motorists who refuse to curb their enthusiasm for parking, this is Adam, next to or front of driveways would face not only a $25 fine. City Councilor Ed Flynn, South Boston, South End, Chinatown, and downtown, said Worrell's basic idea sounds fine, but Flynn, leader of what amounts to the council's anti-bike lane caucus, said
Yo.
Wait, doesn't he ride a bike?
Anti-bike
what
lane?
amounts
Wait
to
a
the
minute.
council's anti-bike lane?
I didn't.
Flynn rides
that's
a bike?
Surprising.
I think he rides a bike.
Flynn don't look like he ride no
Oh,
bike.
he don't
No,
ride.
he looks
no
like
bike.
he has
Wait a minute. I've seen him on a bike.
Ooh.
Flynn.
It was for the police
He's
bike.
got
Was it? Okay.
That was
All
for
right.
show.
So how are you? So if you're anti-bike, why would you even be? Okay.
He's part of the anti-bike lane caucus, which I think is hilarious. Said he would want any hearings on the measure to include a look at whether bicyclists in bike lanes cause an additional hazard to people pulling down a driveway. I see what he's doing. I see what you did there, Flynn.
Yeah, reach.
Let me go back to
Man,
it.
reach.
You say that the bike lanes are interrupted
The
too?
bike lanes. No, he's saying that the bike lanes are probably interrupting the drivers as well.
Yeah.
So we
The
might
drivers
have to
pulling
make
out.
sure that the bikers don't get access to people's driveway either. Which I don't have to deal with that, but I can imagine other people do.
Yeah.
Okay, counselor out here doing the
Yo, I
people's
feel
work.
like Ed Flynn is campaigning.
He is.
He always is campaigning.
Yes.
Always.
ACL
campaigning.
said Flynn has a bike.
He does have a bike. I told
He
you.
does have a bike, yeah.
I'm always factual. I'm always factual.
We appreciate that.
Yeah,
The amount of
we
cold-
we make up stuff here all the time.
Boston COVID rates and hospitalization increased dramatically last month, but trends is now downward, city says. What's the symptoms of COVID? Is this still the same? Is it still as aggressive as it was before said vaccines?
In the national news,
There's
we
a-
have a story that says
there's a big
COVID-19
story.
drops to the 10th leading cause of death since 2023.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's not as prevalent. As
So the amount of COVID-19 viral particles in Boston sewers, an indicator of the virus presence in the community, soared in July when levels were 163% higher than in May.
Wow.
Still way lower than numbers around New Year's, and especially 2 years ago. The good news is that July may represent a peak because the numbers overall are trending downward. The commission said overall numbers from Boston sewers have dropped 15% over the past 2 weeks, the commission said. COVID-19 hospitalizations also increased 62% higher in July than in May, the commission said. The commission regularly tests the sewage at several points in the city using the same basic technology as the MWRA does on Deer Island. What is happening with Deer Island? Does anybody know?
nothing.
Nothing. Do I know that we had plans to start to build?
Yeah, but the Quincy mayor is gangster.
Tired of him.
He's gangster though. He basically was like, "That's your
We don't
problem."
want no traffic.
And I think Marty Walsh was like, "Yeah, but it's your problem too." And the mayor was like, "Bro, don't make me."
And then he did. But I think there was a judgment passed not too long ago that they would have access to, because it's just a bridge. We need the bridge.
You do need the bridge.
We need.
Didn't they say that they are figuring out, working on it or something?
Yeah.
I think we did do a story.
Deer Island.
Long Island.
What does having the bridge in Quincy take away from Quincy?
They said it causes more traffic buildup, and that's what he's concerned about. Is that his residents will have more traffic buildup because the traffic going over there would impede.
Are people going to be going over there though?
Hanging out?
I go to Quincy.
Yeah. No, I go to Quincy too, but I mean, like, to go to Deer Island, the traffic to go to Deer Island.
Well, they just changed their traffic pattern too. Their Quincy Center traffic pattern changed about maybe 8 years ago.
Oh yeah, that's
so you
true.
can't go through Quincy Center anymore. You have to go around.
Yeah.
Is that over there where the IHOP is?
Yeah, back to the other side, like where the eyelash place is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So their city hall is no longer accessible by street. You have to go around and park and then
because it's in the back there by where Quincy.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right next to the station.
Okay.
I know this because I used to live in Quincy.
I like Quincy.
Like I loved it.
I
but-
frequent Quincy. But I wouldn't be going to Deer Island. Deer Island. Right.
What if you wanted to do a workshop
Where?
at Deer Island?
Where are we going to shop at Deer Island?
They got the ferries that go there.
What are they going there for?
Yeah,
What's
the
over
now?
there?
What's there?
I don't know.
Nothing's there now. They need
Don't
to
you
put.
mean Long Island?
Which one is the one
Long
where the
Island,
nice,
Long Island.
where they have
People
the
still go to
Spectacle Island.
no,
No, it's Long Island.
the
Long
one where the
Island in
people,
Quincy.
the unhomed
Yeah, Long Island.
rehabilitators
That would
need
be-
to go.
That's Long Island.
No, that's going to be Deer.
But there's no facility there now,
There's
right?
nothing there now.
Wait,
No.
there is a facility there now, isn't it?
There's
Just run
things
down.
that are running there, and the city is paying for the upkeep of the utilities.
Our
but,
city.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, we're
but
talking about-
nothing
we're
is
talking
going
about
on
Long
there.
Island. We're talking about Long Island. Definitely Long Island.
In Quincy? No, I thought we were talking about
It's
the one in
Quincy-
Quincy.
No,
Okay.
Long Island is where they sheltered everybody, where they had all the homeless people, unhoused
But
people.
that facility is not.
It's
It's
not, I don't
not
think it's open
workable.
right now.
Okay.
It's
Because
there,
there's,
but
because
it's,
there's no bridge. There's no access.
There's no
to
access.
that.
Oh,
to it.
Tito
But I'm saying
said.
the
So what
building
is Deer
sad.
Island?
Deer
He
Island
said it's the
is-
old
is
prison
access
near
to.
Winthrop.
Deer Island.
It's the old Deer Island. Tito said Deer Island is the old prison near Winthrop.
Really?
Yeah, but I know definitely.
I'm
I've been on Long
completely
Island
uneducated
before.
about this story.
So Deer Island, amazing views can be seen from Deer Island. This location was a complex and troubling history, once serving as an intermittent island for Native Americans.
what year was that?
So this is this is Deer Island.
I guess so.
That nothing.
This
was
is not.
scenic.
Yeah, this is not what I. This is not it.
No, Long Island isn't scenic too.
So Long Island is the one that's close to Quincy?
Yeah.
Okay, and Deer Island is amazing city views. What is Deer Island?
Amazing city.
What do you want to see there?
You can go for an invigorating jog, see the wastewater treatment plant, or simply enjoy a peaceful stroll along the dog-friendly trails. Deer Island
that's
has
so
something
Deer
to offer.
Island is now where they put the water treatment plant. Right. That's where they put it, like 30 around the Big Dig. That's where they put the treatment plant.
I'm gonna just stay
I'm
right
just
here
gonna
and
stop
talk.
you 'cause I don't know
me-
anything about this.
You're moving on.
Some island they need to make shelter.
But the Quincy mayor was he dug in his heels. He was gangster about it. He basically was like, "Not over here, bro."
Yeah.
I get it, but at the same time, I just feel like he should be. All right, yes, you did a good job advocating for your people. We got to advocate for us. We bigger, and you got to let us have a bridge. God damn it! This is the bridge.
Used to
Oh,
be.
that's look.
The governor needs to come out and be like, "Hey, let them people do that bridge."
I think that's what she did when she first came out. But this bridge looks nasty. They should have shut it down because that looks like something that's in a movie that as soon as you start going over there with your fast motorcycle because you get in the car chase, then then all the things start to come out of it.
boy,
Then you
here
fall
we go.
down and then your
really
partner comes
imaginative.
real quick.
She's been watching Station 19 and just watches all these emergency
I'm a
rescues.
firefighter in my head. I decided that is what my next
This
profession
is
is
what
going to be, a
Long
firefighter.
Island used to look like in 2008.
So this is the one where they house the unhoused. And
What does that mean?
So-
House
Where
the
the shelters
unhoused.
and
mass?
No, I get
yeah.
it, but it's like
They
that's
don't want
so
us to say
ugly.
homeless anymore, so now we have to say unhoused.
resident.
I'm tired of living in a country where everything has a label.
Everything is so freaking PC.
Right.
Homeless
Unhoused
is
is
not nice.
homeless. Like, what is
Homeless is not
It sounds less homeless when you say unhoused.
It just means you don't have a house.
Yes, it doesn't mean
You
that
could
you
have a home, just not a
There you
house.
go.
All right, there we go.
There you go.
okay?
We gonna fix it, Boston. We are gonna fix it.
This is a pretty big story here yesterday.
Suspect wanted for 1989 rapes of 2 women in Boston area in custody after LA chase.
Yeah,
Yes.
I heard a lot about that.
Oh yeah, they had. Yeah,
There was
yeah,
a big
I saw
chase
this.
yesterday evening, afternoon, around 5:00. And here is the story.
Another spike attempt here.
Oh,
Here
running.
comes an LAPD officer running up to the vehicle, trying to spike the vehicle,
Ooh,
and that
lit.
might have been successful.
A pursuit crisscrossing LA becomes part of a nationwide manhunt for a man believed to be a notorious serial rapist out of Boston.
Wow.
Eyewitness News reporter Amy Powell live in Westwood
She's
tonight,
pretty.
where that manhunt and pursuit all came to an end. Amy.
And Michelle, the arrest of that suspect by police here in Los Angeles, largely due to the remarkable work of investigators in the Boston area. The hunt for a man accused of raping 2 women 34 years ago, ending with a pursuit.
Here comes an LAPD officer running up to the vehicle, trying to spike the vehicle, and that might have been successful.
Imagine he sounds like he's commentating for a basketball game.
Inside the vehicle, a suspect wanted for crimes committed in Massachusetts more than 3 decades ago. The pursuit starting in the Wilmington area, continuing on LA freeways and streets during rush hour. The suspect refusing to stop.
We now have sexual assault, robbery, possibly armed, obviously unwilling to give up here.
The pursuit stemming from a nationwide manhunt for Stephen Paul Gale.
Oh, God.
Gale, who is now 71 years old, has been charged with 4 counts of aggravated robbery, 2 counts of kidnapping, and 1 count of armed robbery. He's accused of the 1989 rapes of 2 women at gunpoint and robbery at a clothing store in Framingham, Massachusetts.
The individuals who were the victims of those assaults at the store were 2 young women who at the time were just 18 and 29 years
That
old.
woman tight.
The lengthy pursuit finally coming to an end in Westwood. The suspect driving into a turnaround in front of UCLA Medical Center and slowly bringing the car to a stop.
I need
All
help.
the way around, and
He did
he's
need help,
circling the
though.
driveway here. This is bizarre, guys. They're going to clear the vehicle, even though he's having trouble. This is very unusual. Never seen this, where they clear the vehicle, and he is still out of the vehicle.
He couldn't
The
walk or something. Something's wrong with him.
Surrounded by LAPD officers and
Yeah,
U.S.
clearly.
Marshals. Stunned witnesses watching as he was placed on a stretcher.
He was there on the stretcher. They took his shoes off, put the shoes on his legs. I'm glad to know that he has finally been apprehended and he paid for his crimes.
Yeah, he'd have to take it because nobody's giving it up.
That's
Investigators say
crazy.
they were able to link Gale to the crimes through DNA and genetic genealogy, which has been used to link suspects to crimes around the country.
Wow. He was like, I'm gonna just drive myself right to the hospital, and then that way eliminates me. Y'all having to transport me later. I'm gonna just go ahead. They check me out. Y'all just take me in. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm tired.
That's wild.
He was stopping at the lights, though. He was slowing down.
How long were they chasing him?
A couple of hours. At least 2
hours.
hours.
The most excited person was the guy commentating. Though.
He's a raper. He's a robber. He's obviously
very
unable to consent to stopping. So get him right now. That was almost good. We could throw that one out. Let's go back in there.
But to see the officer running the thing out there and throwing it out was weird.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Looked like when I was a SWAT officer.
Oh, wow. Aisha said she wonders how many more victims will now come forward because there's got to be more than.
Well, now they have his DNA, so they can swab it some more and figure out if.
Nasty. New Hampshire man is charged as dumbass driving around Mattapan, and Dorchester pointing a BB gun that looks like an assault weapon at people. I'm not even going to get into that story because let me tell you what is.
The headline alone is a story.
Yes, because why was you doing that? And it looks like an AR-15, one of those big old assault military rifles that people are all mad at 2A being restricted so they can't buy bazookas and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Here with that foolishness.
Boy, I tell you. Worcester Library branch closes after staff members attacked with a skateboard.
Oh, wow.
That is terrible. You'll take your skateboard off and hit me with it? That is mean. A patron of the Worcester Public Library was arrested Thursday after hitting a staff member with a skateboard. The attack at the library's main location at 3 Salem Square was unprovoked, and the injured staff member was receiving medical treatment as of 9 p.m. Library personnel closed the facility an hour early Thursday. According to the city, all 7 library branches will be closed Friday so staff can debrief. City administration and library leadership have worked together to create a community resource department at the library, which is staffed with a community liaison, 2 security officers, and a social worker. Staff members have also received training on trauma-informed escalation techniques. So what did what provoked him to throw his skateboard at someone? You know, that's something that you just don't do regularly.
No. Mental health is
very real.
A little bit of update on Karen Reed. Hearing a Karen Reed case expected to focus on jury deliberations. Defense attorneys for Karen Reed are expected to argue Friday that 2 charges in the death of her Boston police officer boyfriend be dismissed, focusing on the jury deliberations that led to a mistrial. Mm-hmm. Reed is accused of ramming into John O'Keefe with her SUV and leaving him for dead in a snowstorm in January 2022. Her 2-month trial ended when jurors declared they were hopelessly deadlocked, and a judge declared a mistrial on the 5th day of deliberations. A new trial is set to begin on January 27th. In several motions since the mistrial, the defense contends 4 jurors have said the jury unanimously reached a non-guilty verdict on second-degree murder and leaving the scene of a deadly accident, and were deadlocked on the remaining manslaughter charge. Trying her again on those 2 charges would be unconstitutional double jeopardy, they said. Mm-hmm. They also reported that one juror told them no one thought she hit him on purpose or even thought she hit him on purpose. The defense also argues that Judge Beverly Cannoni abruptly announced the mistrial without questioning jurors about where they stood on each of the 3 trials Reed faced, and without giving lawyers for either side a chance to comment. Mm-hmm. Prosecutors described the defense request to drop charges of second-degree murder and leaving the scene of a deadly accident as an unsubstantiated but sensational post-trial claim based on hearsay, conjecture, and legally inappropriate reliance as to the substance of jury deliberations. Why wouldn't the defense be arguing that too, that they should have been able to speak to the jury, and not the defense, the prosecutors, that they should have been able to speak to, because they technically won.
Yeah.
By giving her a new trial.
They're trying to try her, and these people are saying it's double jeopardy, so they're trying to prove
but they didn't come to a conclusion. I thought that's why they had to declare a mistrial.
No, so they're saying that there was 3 charges for her. 2 of the charges they pretty much found her not guilty. The other one they were deadlocked on, so they declared a mistrial for the whole entire thing.
Right.
Yeah. Which for me seems like the system set it up so that she can just call a mistrial, like she's in cahoots, Cannoni.
Right, because we would think if she had questioned the jury and found out that they had agreed on at least the 2 charges, then she, as the judge, could make a judgment over the whole case, right?
That's what I thought.
Right, and that's not what.
But she decided not to do it at all. So she was just like, it's
she's
a
like,
mistrial.
I'm gonna go home.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go home.
Yeah.
Which sucks for. I mean, it sucks for her.
Yeah,
she should have questioned them though. She should have, because especially because I forgot Karen's her lawyer, but he specifically asked for it to be changed. Mm-hmm. He asked for it to be the sheet where they found her guilty.
The charges.
The charges. Yeah. So he asked them to change it so that they wouldn't be confused, and they were still confused inside the room there.
I have to be honest, I didn't pay much attention to this trial just because I think that she got a lot of passes for stuff that she didn't deserve. Like, I think if that's your boyfriend, and I think we've all been there. I know I've wanted to do bodily harm to a few people, but I wouldn't. Like, and she just left him in the snow. So I'm like,
she didn't know.
She didn't do it.
She didn't know.
Okay. Yeah, she didn't.
I don't think that she even did it in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't think she hit him.
Yeah. You gotta watch that case.
I'm not saying she hit him, but she knew he was in the snow.
No,
she didn't know.
She was calling and calling and calling.
That's what she said.
That's what she said, because she thought like she was in the moment, and at that moment moment when she came back, but she didn't hit that man. Them
because they said that
in
when
that house, those cops in that house hit that man, killed that man, and that dog attacked him inside that house, and they put that man on that ground in that snow.
They did. They put him in.
They put him in the ground. They put him there. But you should watch the case. It's
I probably
crazy.
won't.
Everybody sees. No, it's on like the police here are corrupt as hell.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm just saying. I wouldn't like. I found her to be a little bit arrogant. And
But I would be arrogant too if you know that you didn't do it and that they set you up. These police officers.
She can be arrogant. There's many people who are accused of crimes that they didn't commit, but they don't walk in there and throw the.
I almost went there. Onto what you're saying, I also believe that she is a white woman that has privilege and doesn't feel like this is something that she should even be going through because she feels
that's
very
exactly the
strongly
posture that she gave.
Yeah, and I think
the most interesting part about this case is how corrupt so much of the police corruption that has been exposed. Not even like the Karen Reed thing. Like, yeah, that's something. But all of this police corruption in that Canton Police
There's
Department.
5 officers from Canton Police that are under investigation, as well as the Canton Police Department, which is under investigation by the FBI.
Right.
If that doesn't tell you something.
Right.
No, it does. I'm just, I was focusing more on her behavior.
Yeah.
And again, I didn't pay attention to the trial, so I don't know.
Janet, one of our listeners, always said how she had like this smug face.
She absolutely.
That's what a lot of the commenters said too, because I was listening to one of the other radio stations and somebody called in. They were like, "Nope, she had a smirk." So I know that. I think literally it's white privilege and resting bitch face, all and probably just aggravated and annoyed that this is what's happening.
Right.
But I do believe there's always corruption, and it's interesting that it is turned on, a fellow.
Yeah.
Them.
Yeah.
Very. But the police, we bleed blue. Brotherhood, we sticking together, even if one of us kill each other. Here are 9 Black-owned businesses to shop during Boston Business Month. Okay. We have Emerald City Plant Shop. That's at 702 Washington Street. I want to get some plants. I got to talk to my girl over there. Frugal Bookstore. I love it.
I love that.
Yago Coffee in Somerville.
Oh.
Is that really Boston?
Where's that? Yago Coffee?
I never heard of that.
Me either. Delectable Desires pastries and cakes. Big shout out to her, Carlin. I love her. She makes those really, really customized cakes for any occasion. She's done a couple for us. The Tot Cafe by Little Cocoa Bean. This is in Jamaica Plain.
I'm gonna drop this inside.
That sounds cute.
I'm familiar with that.
I'm gonna drop the link for this article in the comment section for y'all.
That sounds cute.
Grace by Nia, of course. Very great drinks. You guys get one of them brown sugar Manhattans. Soul City Yoga. That's in Malden. I want to go to Soul. They don't look soulful at all. We dream in color. We dream in color sells bold yet delicate jewelry and hairpins with natural vintage and celestial inspiration.
I like that.
That is
That
Tiffany.
sounds cute.
She does a nice picture. Lumiere Renee Candle Company. You can bet some candles. And that's a little quick roundup from WBER covering some of these Black businesses. And here at Spark FM, we love to support the Black businesses. So just going to put the link in the comment section. And that's what we got. That's where we are.
Do any of those businesses participate in Boston Dine Out?
I know who is somebody.
Restaurant.
Somebody is somebody. I think all of them Black ones is participating in.
Were any of them restaurants?
Only Grace by Nia.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if they.
Not.
Yeah, that's expensive.
I don't think Grace by Nia would.
No, she is part of the restaurant coalition here in Boston. So probably they do Black.
Daryl's used to do Restaurant Week, but I don't know if Grace by Nia.
Daryl's need to come back and bring back their little Sunday buffet.
That they sure do.
That's a nice buffet.
And a little peach.
You don't like to do buffet?
Pepper wings or whatever.
The issue I had with Daryl's is in that small space they'd have a big live band. You could barely talk to anybody. So
it was so loud.
I'm also over this whole idea of having these turn up dinner spots, and it's like, how about I just want to come in here, eat a biscuit, and call it a day?
I'm glad you said it because
there's an audience for that.
That was always my biggest complaint because on Sundays going there, it's like. It's so loud.
Yeah.
It's so loud. And now that I'm in my older years, everything is heightened.
Yes.
By a lot.
I can't edit them for some reason.
I did. Yeah. I said that. But yes, so
okay, I got it.
Yes. So that concludes our Around the Way news for today. When we come back, we'll be speaking to Jaquetta a little bit about what is going on in national world news and politics.
Yes.
Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Saucy and Friends in the Morning. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are enjoying the miracle of radio.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, connect with Bakari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets selected.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
Why are we getting killed like this?
Kyle's not here. Got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah. 0 tolerance. He's out for the season.
Harsh.
Hey, he knew not to drink. We've made that clear to all of our kids, right?
No, not really.
Bill, if we don't tell them what we expect and why they shouldn't drink, how are they going to know?
Talk. They hear you. For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
You try.
Spark FM.
Wheezy boy, make me dance. Daddy-o, make me dance.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM. Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
Tell me how you want it, yeah. Call me and I'm over it.
Spark FM.
Oh, I started late. Start over. Give me a little. Start it over. Nope. Never Saturday.
Yeah.
Yo, I love it. Mm-hmm. All right. Now I can't do it. Let's get into it. We're going to talk. So, Jaquetta, tell us a little bit about yourself and politics and Prosecco.
So I'm glad to be here, but politics and Prosecco was an idea that started during the pandemic when, we were just all in the house at the same time.
And we ain't know what's going on.
Nothing. George Floyd happened and nobody had an outlet to talk. And so I would normally roast elected officials like to their face if they were in my kitchen or something like that. And my friend Lori Lennon was like, we should turn this into a show. Like, people love a good shady, conversation. And a lot of the elected officials were my friends first. So there was there was a comfortability for me to be like, no, you're wrong about this. And then, throwing
that changed probably.
No, that's so cool. So Politics of Prosecco is because I love Prosecco. And in order for me to do this to have some courage, I would have to get sloshed and then take it up a next level. It grew. I started having people reach out to say they wanted to be on it. People who were running, they understood that my audience was very different. I had a more informative kind of conversation. I wasn't just roasting these elected officials. And I was also just very fair. Like, everybody gets it. I don't care what side you're on. I don't care what kind of politician you are. If you're doing something wrong, I'm going to talk about it. If you're doing something great, I'm going to celebrate it. So that grew my audience, and then I started getting picked up by local news stations
You covered the last election. You covered the gubernatorial election.
I covered the gubernatorial election. I covered the midterms, the mayoral election, and those were all great. And these people give me so much content just for their everyday messiness.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I wanted to make sure that I was keeping people informed, not on just what's happening here on the local level, but nationally too, because a lot of what happens on the federal level affects the local politics.
Absolutely.
But if people are not paying attention, and they're just complaining and they don't actually have the facts, that makes for voter apathy, which is what we're experiencing right now.
Right now, it's so crazy because it's so interesting. People almost don't want to know the facts. Like, they're very uninterested. They would more rather ask a question hoping that their question is shady enough that there's no relation to it, instead of, like, I've literally been trolling on, like, all the Instagram pages, like, Google's your friend. Use it. What's the policies? I don't know. Google it. And I feel like people are opting not to do a very basic sweep of facts.
Well, because also this generation that's about to vote for the first time, Gen Z, they grew up in social media.
Yes.
So they're not a group of people who were like, their parents had bookshelves of books and magazines in their house. Right.
Yeah.
So they got all their information, which was disinformation from, and
baby
little
clips.
snippets of it. And if you notice too, also politicians have gotten in a really good habit of doing sound bites and not being informative.
Yeah.
So my job is to come in and make sure people get the whole picture, and then you make your own decision. I would never tell anybody who to vote for. I'd help you lean.
Can I ask you, what is your background in that you're so well versed in politics?
So I kind of fell into politics. In college, I was an intern for Barney Frank, and so I would work in his office at night. I went to it's no longer in business anymore. It's
Pine
called,
Manor?
No, it's Mount Ida, and it's now part of the UNL.
Yeah.
So I started there. I would work in his office in the evening, and I would go to DC for the summer for free. He would never pay me.
Wow.
But it didn't matter because he told me, he was like, you're paid in like the resources and networks you get. And so that led to me meeting a guy named Joel Bridgman who worked for David Axelrod. That's how I got on the Obama campaign, went up to Capitol Hill, did the White House, and then
Nice.
that's kind of
Very nice.
And in the process, like, it's always been like not a side hustle, but just like there were not a lot of people who looked like me in politics. And especially here in Boston, where it was more of a gatekeeper game as opposed to being a political commentator.
Right. And that's what it's, especially in political commentary. And a lot of the people who choose to comment on politics have no idea what they're talking about. So it's good that
It's so
we have
terrible.
somebody. And you're making it very relatable, right? Because we need that, especially in this political climate for this election that's coming up. So I think it's very, very timely
And as the
that we
data
have you in
and
here
numbers
now.
change and people become, for right now, the most powerful voting bloc are women of color, Black women in particular.
Absolutely.
It's easier to have somebody who looks like me that I can go out and tell my sisters, like, all right, so we're already saving democracy. Now we got to tell the brothers.
Oh, they are hard to
And
tell.
how's that?
So speaking of this, we are in a very nasty political climate right now. How are you feeling about this?
So you won't know the results at 8:32 on that Tuesday, but I do believe we'll know by the end of the night. I think that this is a very divisive campaign. I know that on the blue side, they are trying their best to unify. They only have 10 weeks to get people to the polls. And not a lot of people are relying on early votes, so they're going to have to hit the doors, hit the phones, and get people out to vote and make voting plans. But on the right, this is not something that is new, right? This started with the Tea Party. This is just at its climax right now. And, you know, Trump is his idea, besides being a psychopath, like his systemic idea of racism is to divide and conquer. It's what's worked for him. He understands in those rural parts of Georgia and Alabama where people may not have access to information, water, and water. He understands how to tap into that kind of frustration because a lot of it is not about race. These people are being killed by the idea of poverty. Poverty is what makes you angry, and then you take it out on other groups that you think are getting an advantage. And this whole DEI thing and affirmative action, white women absolutely benefited from affirmative action more
and
than
DEI more than anything else.
And the whole DEI hire thing is anti-black. It's anti-black colleges. It's right. And so, you know, calling her a DEI is not talking about her Southeast Asian heritage. It's talking about her being black. And this woman has identified as and lived her life as a black woman. She went to the Mecca.
She said she's Indian. She ain't never said never ever in
she's
before
never
in her
denied.
life.
She's never denied being Southeast Asian, but she's lived her life in the walk of a black woman. She went to the Mecca. She pledged a black sorority. Shout out to my sorors.
All right.
And she's a part of the Links, which is another organization geared towards black women in their community.
Well, I think something that you just said was just so interesting that, you know, like the election, a lot of these things are based in poverty. And these people in these like podunk towns down in Missouri.
Not Missouri.
Missouri. You know, like, it's so funny that they would align themselves with this man who is a billionaire who has no plans on doing anything for you. He only plans to help the people who are like him.
Well, what does she plan to do for you?
Well, that's true.
Well, the other thing with the people who are his supporters in those small areas, if you guys remember when Obamacare came out and they were so against it, but they were benefiting the most.
They was the ones with all of the Obama phones and all of the Obama tablets and the health care.
And this one guy, he had a black lung. He died, and his wife was like, he was such a staunch, he was anti-Obamacare, and that's what killed him.
Wow.
Is that he would not, like,
I would chop off my hand to spite my face.
Yeah, and it's fine. The less we have of that kind of rhetoric and vitriol in the country, the better. And don't forget, the South still hasn't accepted that they lost the war.
Right.
I mean,
that's true.
And their idea of patriotism is through brutality because that is what they know. And so, it's just it's a whole thing.
That's just so stupid. and that's what I was saying yesterday. Like, the thing about this whole race that's going on is that it's just like some things are stupid. It's just stupid. You know, like the most basic, like that's stupid.
Yeah.
So, but anyhow.
But if you think about it now, where we are, you know, and I don't give the Democrats a pass because, you know, especially with this whole thing of taking Joe Biden out because he's old, when half of Congress is over the age of 70.
Look at Mitch McConnell with his drippy
He basically had a stroke on TV.
Oh,
and nobody, Nancy
More than
Pelosi
once.
is another one who is 1,000 years old.
At least she stepped down a little bit.
But she hasn't left. Or if you think about,
I'm going to step down, but I ain't going to leave.
But if you think about Democrats, like, they don't want to give up power. They talk a lot about that with Republicans, but a Republican will come in and say, all right, I'm 625 years old. I'm going to hire Joe. Joe is 17. Joe, I'm going to give you all my contacts, all my resources. When you run, I'm going to endorse you, and that's how you're going to win and keep my legacy. Not Democrats. They're like, I will die in seat.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's what happened with John Lewis. He died, and 300 people decided to run for his seat.
RBG.
Yeah.
You saw that with Sheila Jackson Lee recently. You knew 6 months ahead of time that you were not going to make it through the summer. You didn't think to say, let me tap a sister. And so I don't give them a pass, and it's unfortunate.
I'm actually really glad that you're saying that because we've seen it time and time again when we have these opportunities while you're still cognizant to remove yourself and set us up, you're not doing that. And that leaves us wide open. And then all of these parading around pitchfork ones like, oh, I'll take the seat.
Right.
I get all of my people to vote today and get me in this seat.
That's how Marjorie Taylor Greene rose. She's just a vile.
She's a bad bitch, beach bomb, butch body.
But to that point,
She makes me
another
angry.
reason why I don't give Democrats and I've said this to Congressman Crockett's face is, you had an opportunity there to not let her drag you into the gutter, and you took it.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why it bothered her so much is because, Jasmine, you're a little ghetto.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't care what kind of colored wigs you wear or how many, eyelashes you have lined up in your bathroom. That has nothing to do with you responding in a way that is always remaining classy.
Yeah.
All you had to do was just shut her down. That was it. But you chose to go low.
I'm talking.
And Marjorie Taylor Greene got on Fox that night and said, well, now I know how to get to her. I'm going to talk about her wigs every time.
Yeah.
And if you got a problem with somebody calling you ghetto in a wig, then don't wear a wig.
But so we were talking about that yesterday too, when we were talking about, they were saying how, Donald Trump went on to do the interview with the young man. What's his name?
Aiden Ross.
Aiden Ross. And now people are suggesting that Kamala go to talk to Kai Cenat. And I'm like, why would she do that? She's a grown-ass woman. Why would she go and talk to him?
So her party actually denied that they
they did.
They
reached out to him?
Kai yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, because he said that somebody had reached out, but he didn't name her.
I feel like there's a different way to reach the younger audience than to pander her to the youth. The little
Keep it
babies.
classy.
Yeah, like I don't
I would focus. I think the campaign needs to focus on women who are 28 to 35.
Yeah.
That's a sweet spot. Those women are getting married, having babies. They're living
making
their
decisions.
best. Yeah, they're things that are starting to affect their lives. They're going to start to pay attention to. So I think those are the women that she needs to pay attention to. I'm not her audience. I'm already going to vote for her. I'm a super voter. I'm not voting for her because she's black or a woman
you are.
or a soror. I'm voting because the alternative is dangerous.
Yes,
absolutely.
And anybody who comes behind,
she's got to earn your vote. I'm literally talking points right now. Every time you say something that makes sense, I'm going to say something that doesn't. She better earn your vote.
Yeah.
Well, she's earned it so far.
Yeah.
That she's black.
Oh, that's terrible.
Black-ish.
That's the circular conversations that are continuously having
So
everywhere that these youth
but you
are.
can vote for somebody because they're black. But I'm saying, look at the policies too. Look at what
Well, she doesn't have any policies on her website.
I'm interested to know, because I asked you this earlier, but I don't know if you heard me. What has your conversations been like with black men who are around Kamala and what they think about her?
I'm gonna be very careful because I'm sure there's some black men out there who will see this. I'm like, I'm not gonna come talk to you anymore. Most of my conversations around black men who are apathetic voters are the rhetoric about her locking up all these black men.
Yeah,
they haven't looked at any of the facts.
They didn't at all.
And black men in particular carry a different weight when it comes to voting. This is a group that has literally goes out every day and has to fight to come home at night.
Right.
So I get that part of it. But what I'm starting to get annoyed with my brothers are, you can't talk to me about being an adult or a grown man or a productive citizen if you haven't done any of the research to make sure that you're making an informed decision.
The very basic of the research, because you can just put out, did Kamala law? Literally, and everything you need to know from different sources, not just the first one you see, from different sources will pop up that would explain the context of what happened in that situation. And that's what frustrates me, is because people don't even try. They just want to just say things.
And black men tend to listen to black men. They don't listen to black women as much as they should, even though we're out here saving democracy and them.
And saving the world.
And unfortunately, a lot of the black men right now that they're listening to are just idiots.
Yeah, like Dr.
Brown.
Umar. Judge Joe Brown is out of it.
Judge Joe Brown he's another
Umar
one that
too.
needs to step down and sit it down, because you've reached the senile level of just saying whatever you want to say because you feel like you old enough. And
He
that's
lost
not okay.
me when he was like, that OJ didn't do it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Okay. As a judge,
Right.
OJ definitely. I went
somebody
back
who's supposed
the
to
other
look at
day.
evidence all the time.
Right.
I watched the documentary of OJ just the other day, and I said, "Ooh, he did it."
He did that.
Basically, the Ron Goldman, who he never met, his blood was in his car. That was enough.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
He did it.
But yeah, I think the people like Dr. Umar, and who usually have something very positive to say when they're talking about something passionate. This idea that they are going to continue to spread rhetoric is just dangerous. And black men in particular need to pay attention to Project 2025 and Agenda 47, because they're coming after you.
Yep. And it's the same, those same black people that are not going to read either one of those and will go back and be like, well, what's she gonna do for me? What's she gonna do for me as a black person? Do you think that the alternative even has even thought about you other than how they're going to get you?
So my question is, what do you want them to do for you? Every time you crack the shower on, that's a federally regulated system. Every time you go to your, I don't know, somebody's house, somebody living in subsidized housing somewhere, you're benefiting from federal programs, democratic federal programs at that.
Yeah.
Trump gave them $1,200.
He didn't, though. That's not true.
Yes, it is. He signed it.
He signed it. He gave it to us.
But
like
if you
little
think
things
about this
like
man,
that.
Even him trying to pander to us, talking about he's been the greatest president since Lincoln. When Lincoln didn't free slaves out of a moral idea. He did it to save the Union. Right. But also, people forget about Lyndon Johnson, who to me was probably one of the best presidents for African Americans. He signed the Civil Rights Bill. He did the greatest, the Great Society, Medicare, Medicaid, early childhood education. These are all things.
All of those are in Project 25.
Wait a minute, you mean John F. Kennedy, who every black person got hanging in their house, didn't do the most for black people?
I had to look back here because I was like, did we get JFK up here too?
No, I think JFK morally put the country on track. Saying, especially the night Medgar Evers was killed, when he gave his great civil rights speech where he's like, look, how many of y'all want to trade with black folks? None of them. So you need to chill out. Right. I'm paraphrasing. But Lyndon Johnson, and because he was a Southerner, he knew where the bodies were buried on Congress because he was such a great statesman. He understood how to get that bill passed. John F. Kennedy didn't have that same relationship because he had only been in the Senate for a little bit.
Yeah.
Versus our incoming president that's never been anywhere besides the president, which is crazy to me. They should just not do anything but be
spokesperson, right? Like they don't make everyday executive decisions. Congress does. The power is in Congress. It's not at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Absolutely.
And I think people don't and because we don't have civics classes and people aren't reading to their children.
Did they cut out social studies? Because I tried to tell somebody to go back and read a social studies book and she said it's political science. What 6-year-old is learning political science?
No, my son has
social studies.
Or history.
Studies.
Yes.
No
Isn't
social studies
history?
Yes. It should be different though, because social studies is about government, like politics.
They definitely got social studies over there at the Berea School.
They got everything.
We have a couple of questions here for you. People would like to know, when does the show start? Can you speak with candidates? I met Allison Cartwright, and she's running against Erin Murphy for clerk.
Yeah, so the show starts August 20th, and it is from 1 to 3. I have a lineup of people all the way until January 27th.
Good.
Whoa.
And so we have people like Joe Kennedy coming on, Senator Mo Cowan, we have Ruth Z, Lydia, Liz, Amari Paris Jeffries, Brian Keith from Rooted in Roxbury, because we're going to do a show called The Politics of Weed.
Nice.
So we've got a lineup. We'll be talking to candidates every single show.
I love it. And hey, people, we need you guys to actually tune in.
Yes.
Tune in. It's Tuesdays from 1 to 3. It's the same days as Super Tuesdays here, when we guys just kind of go over the basics so that you guys know what you're talking about with Carlos Enriquez. And then you guys can do a deep dive with Jaquetta at 1 o'clock on Tuesday. So we're keeping that going for you guys, especially in this climate. So if you want to learn something, if you want to know what's going on, please make sure that you tune in.
And I'm just waiting to confirm AP, because I did reach out, and so I'm just working with her.
She's done us a couple of She's done it a couple of times, so she's very familiar. So hopefully that you can get
and
that
especially
in
with people coming after the squad, because Cori Bush just lost her.
She just lost her concession speech was pretty preachy and powerful. But I hope that she can get that. I hope that she can keep that momentum that she has going on right now. It's crazy how this is going.
Welcome to Spark FM, Jaquetta. It is good to have you here, and it's very timely. So.
Good. I'm glad.
Very needed. With that, we're gonna keep on going into our national news.
Oh, national news.
Yes, national news, and we might hold off on the. We'll see how we get where we go. We do have our late breakfast questions.
Oh.
We have what? Actually, let's do that right now.
Do it.
We're not going to do our six Pete.
Yeah.
But here, Tony found this one yesterday.
Can we do one news story? This is a big story.
Go ahead.
We're going to do all the news stories right after this.
Okay.
Right after this. I got you, bro. Play the records. Play the records. So here's our late breakfast question for today. So we need you guys to either call in or put in the comment section some advice for our person who needs a little bit of advice. So she says, I dated a guy in 2021 who was kind and had a good heart, but was always broke. Unsure of how to end things, I faked my own death by texting him as my cousin and telling him only family could attend my funeral due to the regulations. After blocking him, I monitored his post from a fake account and saw he was devastated. Luckily, he had no mutual friends, so my active profile remained hidden. Now that he's doing well and has a great job, I want to reconnect, but don't know how, since he thinks I'm dead. Help me, because I love this man.
Stay dead. You're diabolical.
Yes.
Stay dead.
You, girl, do not come back from the dead.
We're already having a problem with these unemotional, unavailable bros.
Hello.
Like, don't add to it. I'm fighting for my life out here.
Can you imagine someone testing you in such a way?
Like
what
death.
What is that? That is crazy.
And then the fact that you want to figure out how to come back from the dead.
Yes.
And love him again after you told people that after you told this man that he was dead, that you was dead, is crazy.
The
and
nerve of you.
There's a movie about that. This
What?
lady, she faked her death, but she came back as her twin sister.
Oh, there is a movie.
Yes.
It's,
What?
It's the lady from Judith Light is in it. It's like an old Lifetime movie.
I was listening to another station on the way in this morning, and the second date update, right? And the girl went out on a date with a guy, and she wanted to. The guy went out on a date with a girl, and all of a sudden she ghosted him after they had a really, really nice time. So they got in contact with her. This guy is looking for you. Da 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 da. She was like, "What? Tell me about our last date." So he was like, "We were at my house and we made out. We had dinner. Da 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 da." And she goes, "That wasn't me. That was my twin sister, and I was testing you to see if you would know the difference.
Don't
and
test
that's
me.
why I ghosted you."
No, don't test me. Because why am I supposed to know that?
Can you imagine? People are crazy.
Well, that's good advice for her, though. She can come back as her twin sister.
Come back as her twin sister.
And then say, hey, I know that, it was really difficult when myself died, but now.
No, she can come back as her twin sister and be like, it wasn't me that died, it was my twin sister that died.
Oh.
The fact that you all even have a scenario. I'm sitting here like, I'm such a nice girl. I got my own stuff. I don't need nobody to provide a lifestyle for me. And I can't even F my way to the bottom. F my way to the middle. I can't even get there.
Oh, you preaching today.
Listen,
somebody please.
Don't get me started.
You can sit on this show. You don't even need your own show. Just stay right here because, we got to talk tonight.
Listen.
We got to talk.
This is what we doing.
F my way to the bottom because that's all you get. You getting below the bottom these days.
Listen, in the past few months, I realized I was like, that's my problem. I haven't set a standard.
Yeah, I got to set some standards and some boundaries.
That way, I don't have these dudes coming at me that just don't deserve to be at the table.
Like, maybe my standards aren't too high.
I don't have a type either. That's the other thing. I need to get a type.
That's my problem is that I have a specific type.
Oh, I don't have a type.
At this point, I'm really into YT men. Never dated one.
Really?
Never ever went on a date. But I'm gonna go to the seaport. And I'm gonna sit
I've
there.
dated
And I'm gonna
one,
find me.
but
nice...
I need to wake up next to a brother who's got to do this to his hair. Or
You gotta know the struggle. You got to know us struggle.
If he can't,
he ain't got to use that small.
If he
little
can't use your comb,
Jewish or something.
if he can't use my comb, don't bring him home.
Okay. Shout out, because I have seen some good-looking white dudes, but
where they at?
I mean, there's a few.
Okay, tell
North
me.
End has them because them Italian dudes are.
Do they like us?
Y'all got to keep in mind what happened to white folks once they reach a certain age.
Listen, that's why I said I need to wake up next to a brother who gotta use that little brush to brush
skin.
his hair, or he's gotta pat it
and put some lotion on.
Yeah, he needs to smell like something.
Well,
into the national news, since y'all don't have no good advice for my good girlfriend who is dead.
Bye, Felicia. We tried. We tried.
Bye, Felicia. Exactly. Mike Nice said, F out of here Friday. You killed yourself. You're done. She needs to remain dead and leave that man alone.
Seriously.
Where's the pictures? Prove the twinship. See? See? Because then Now what I'm supposed to do? Now
twinship.
She's evil though. That's just evil.
That is so mean.
Because he has money now, you want to come back from the dead.
Right.
But it's his money. Get your own money, sis. Get your
and
own money.
She said that he was nice and all of that at the beginning. Like, you killed yourself. You put the nail in your own coffin. And so
but those
just
are
leave
girls
that
who
man
also
alone.
ruin men, because he probably thinks now,
Yeah.
like, you know, but and it is there are some brothers who get a couple of coins and then all of a sudden they Dame Dashing everybody.
Oh Lord, boy,
It's like,
I tell
ew,
you,
we can see your facade.
fighting over money you don't have.
Right.
Chill out.
Or you get the brothers who are like, let me find a booger, she'll pay for everything, and you know,
and that's
women F for bags and shoes. I know dudes who F for vacations and rent. So
he ain't gonna get that out of me.
Child.
Vacation is expensive.
Listen,
and so is rent.
that homosexual is a real thing.
I'm just gonna go from wherever I am.
Thing.
Oh, you like me? Can I move in?
Yep.
Not only can you like me, but I'm gonna pay my way into your bed.
Oh yeah.
Or I'm gonna pay to keep you in my bed.
Breadcrumb you.
There's those girls too.
There are those girls.
There are those girls too.
They have
I'm about
those.
to be one of those.
I know about
and you
those.
can see them. They're just walking insecurities, and these dudes zero in on that. Yeah. So
terrible. Terrible.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's why I sleep by myself.
I don't like it, but you know.
Me either.
Get a dog.
At all.
I'm not always alone.
I would rather wrap my legs around a strong body and a hard back.
With a little brush. What to do with the little brush?
Hey,
now,
you two,
what we
settle
talking
down.
about? Oh,
Dang
sorry.
it.
National news. Cash App. Cash App settlement claims can be submitted now. How do you do it?
Yes.
What's a
right
Cash
now.
App settlement claim?
Cash App is to award $15 million to users who security breach settlement and how to file a claim. So Cash App users have until November 18th of 2024 to submit their claim for reimbursement for the data and security breach. And when was that? Did I miss that?
Me too.
That was in 2021.
Oh, Cash App's users could get some cash sent to their bank account soon. In a settlement, the mobile payment service was ordered to pay out $15 million in damages.
This is not what I thought it was. I thought that you could start to do chargebacks on the Cash App because that's what we actually really need on the Cash App.
Explain
You
how.
send somebody. Remember, there's a meme going around. Somebody owed you $500. They say they didn't have it. Then by accident, they sent you $5,000.
Oh, yeah.
What do you keep or whatever? Like in those situations, if I pay for something or if it went to the wrong person, I should be able to call Cash App or do a chargeback and be like, that ain't the right person that I was supposed to give it to. Like a credit card almost.
I thought Zelle was in for that too.
Zelle needs to do that too. I don't know if Zelle even does Zelle do that.
Zelle probably does that because
Zelle doesn't let you cancel. Like,
It doesn't
let you cancel for 72 hours.
Oh.
So you can't just get it right back. Whereas like Cash App, I thought you could.
No.
Oh.
If they refund
maybe it's
you
all the
right
money.
away.
Have we
never gotten cash
If
back
you send
from
money to
Cash
the
App?
wrong person in Cash App, you send
You're
it
done.
to the wrong person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
You
no.
gotta
Zelle
ask
at
that
least gives
person
you
back.
30 to 72 hours.
Oh, I don't never.
I've
send
done
the
that
wrong money.
before.
I ain't got money to play
I've
with.
sent like $500 to the wrong person before, and then I had to send them $1 so I could send them a text in my, that note, so I could send them can you please send that back? And they sent it back.
Oh, they did.
good.
Oh, that was nice.
Let me
That's
give you my
good.
number so you can accidentally.
I know.
Send me some.
Let me go save my number under every name and
For
Tristan's
you.
phone.
I need that.
So in a settlement, according to the class action lawsuit obtained by USA Today, plaintiffs sued Cash App Investing and Block Inc. for the company's failure to exercise reasonable care in securing and safeguarding consumer information. The lawsuit said that the December 2021 data breach resulted in the unauthorized public release of the personally identifiable information of 8.2 million current and former Cash App investing
I don't know what
customers.
that means. Do I get in the loss? Can I cash in on it or no?
I don't know.
File a claim and let them see.
Yeah, do you know how many class action suits come out all the time? People who have nothing to do with those file claims.
I have
sometimes they send you something.
Pending
I got $10
right now.
from Boohoo and $10 from Pretty Girls Rock or something like that.
Pretty me up. I don't know. What's that called?
Pretty Little Thing.
Pretty Little Thing.
Yeah, I got $10 from each of them, and I never signed up for no class action suit. So, in addition, a former employee gained access to Cash App's users' personal information. And so go ahead and file your claim. I don't know. It should be on the Cash App website if you guys are interested. And I will be filling it out because you never know. You might get something. Audible gasps, groans, and even laughter and disbelief were consistent themes of a Dalton Board of Trustees meeting Thursday, which featured a highly anticipated presentation from former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Where'd she come from? On what turned out to be a maze of mind-boggling expenditures from Dalton Village officials over the last 3 years.
What that mean?
I don't know.
So
Who put
this
that
is
in there?
remember our good friend Tiffany Henyard? This was Dalton, Chicago. She was a township. She's a township person, so she's been stealing from the town. And this is Lori Lightfoot's.
And we're getting strong reaction in Dalton. And WGN's Jenna Barnes was at the PAC meeting, and she joins us now with more on that part of the story. Jenna?
Yeah, Ray, we heard audible gasps and groans, even some laughter of disbelief during this highly anticipated meeting tonight.
We are enraged. We are enraged. And we are so ready for all of this to be over with so that we can carry on.
What's going on? It was a full house, and some of the people in the room tonight are the same ones who attend the monthly meetings with the mayor. They witnessed the dysfunction there, now seeing for themselves the numbers behind that fighting. One of the biggest reactions from the crowd tonight came when Lightfoot presented an example of police overtime. 2 officers making more in overtime than their base salaries.
That sounds like Boston.
Totaling $192,000 for one officer, the other $227,000 in the last fiscal year. The acting police chief, who we learned tonight has been terminated, isn't even eligible for overtime, and yet he's gotten more than $200,000 in OT over the last 4 fiscal years.
$200,000.
And of course, there's the credit card spending.
$40,000 at Amazon.
$40,000.
Wow. What do you buy?
What a slap in the face to everybody that reside in 60419 zip code.
We have to find a way to rid our village of that malevolent administration that we now live in.
People is okay.
And there are real consequences to this budget crisis. The trustees announcing tonight there's a hiring freeze, and there will likely be more layoffs to come in addition to the ones they approved earlier this week. One resident I talked to after this meeting tells me she hopes that the worst of this is behind them, and now that all of this information is being brought to light, they can focus on the future. We're live in Dalton tonight.
$40,000 at Amazon. What's he buying?
So they found altogether that about $6 million since Tiffany Henyard has been mayor of Thornton Township, or the mayor of Dalton, $6 million has been misplaced.
I bet you that's delivery.
How the hell you misplaced $6 million?
And they're still doing digging. Lori Lightfoot is still doing some more digging.
Oh, she trying to get her job back?
I think she's a little angry. Yeah. Huh? I bet you half of that is delivery fees, though.
Hell better get some damn prime.
So they got a prime account for their business.
Texas Governor Abbott instructs hospitals to collect data on patients' immigration status. Is that right? Isn't that a violation?
Is data sanctuary state?
I don't know. Through an executive order, Abbott.
Governor Abbott. Oh, blah, blah, blah.
To compile data on inpatient discharges and emergency visits by immigrants living in the U.S. without authorization, as well as on the cost of providing medical services to the population.
This is exactly how people end up on Skid Row and all those other type of places, because these people probably got toes falling off and all kinds of stuff and will never go to the hospital to fix anything because they're undocumented. That doesn't make it. Governor Abbott is such a
his death is gonna be slow and
it's gonna be like the little boy from Game of Thrones.
Prince Joffrey. So long to die.
Joffrey.
To justify the move, Abbott cited the record levels of migrant apprehensions at the U.S.-Mexico border in recent years, claiming that Texas was shouldering the economic burden of providing medical services to migrants entering the country.
Cut it out.
Mexico can have Texas back.
Yeah, take it. Yeah. Cut Texas off.
Texas needs to be its own island.
Yes.
Cut it off and float
Texas
out.
and
It's
Florida.
awful.
Send them, just let them float. Wherever they land, people can still go. Just let them float.
Let them out. New body cam footage shows police response to Trump rally shooting. And,
yeah, but here's what's crazy about that story is the local police had told Secret Service to have somebody on the roof, and they were like, nah, bro, we're good.
Yeah. Secret Service. Service was like, whatever happens,
They also
we're going to pass
released,
on that.
body cam footage of an officer that had,
climbed up onto the thing.
Yeah, and had spoken or seen the
he saw him first.
Yeah.
And he was like, he has a book bag, which is a potential threat.
Yep.
But yeah,
And that's why the Secret Service lady stepped down like that, because you didn't secure that place properly.
Can I ask the question? How come they ain't never showed us Trump's ear? The actual ear after it was clean. How come they never?
Because like a 5-year-old, he went and got the biggest Band-Aid he could,
the biggest tampon that he could put on
I mean, that was a envelope.
debacle.
It was a Manila envelope
To the point where his cult-like following were putting things on their ear. I came in that day with a bandage on my ear as well, because in solidarity.
Oh no,
Black Purr, which is crazy. I'm gonna get that T-shirt though. That Trump T-shirt.
No, don't.
That's
do that.
nostalgic.
You might as well get them sneakers too to go with it.
Oh yes, I'm gonna get the sneakers because black people love sneakers and
He
indictments.
got a new pair out too.
Oh, is it white ones with gold,
white
right?
Ones, yeah, with gold.
I'm gonna assume this is all in jest.
No,
it's in jest.
It's all in jest.
It's all in jest because they are real. Like all of these things aren't real.
Yeah.
Like there were people that had paper stuck to their ear at his next rally in solidarity. I'd be confused about
that man is crazy. He's mocking God. Like you got a pass.
So yesterday, his big thing was two things. He said that it was really unfair what the Democrats did to Biden.
Oh.
They made him drop out of the race,
Crazy.
and he probably had a good chance of winning, and it wasn't fair to Biden that they made him, and now they put this non-black woman in there claiming that she's black. Then he also went and said that his January 6th rally was bigger than the Martin Luther King I Had a Speech rally. I had a dream rally.
Oh, wow.
Well, even if that were true, there are more people in the country than there were in 1964.
It was not even a it was not even a little bit of truth. It was not even.
No, he's just bizarre.
Just bizarre and out of control. And the fact that people are still like,
He's only saying that it's a tragedy for Biden now because don't forget he was the one calling him all these things.
Yeah.
It's only a tragedy because he thought he could win with. He is so scared of this woman and her connections and her networks and her votes.
They are shooketh.
They said that he has actually officially confirmed the September 10th debate.
Cannot wait.
And I cannot wait. I actually want to see the Waltz Vance debate more than I want to see Kamala and Trump.
I don't want to see that one because this man is going to destroy.
I want it to be a destruction. I want him to immobilize him, like kill him.
Finish
him. You know, like because Walt seemed like he's about it. Like
Walt seems pretty sharp.
Yeah, he's about that. And then
I love
like
I love a shady politician.
Me too.
I love it.
And I love an ally.
They both.
And his wife is shady too. I love that too.
Oh, is she?
Oh, she has a couple of digs out there too. I was like, oh, cute. I love that.
This story I saw yesterday on like one of those Inside Editions or whatever. So horrifying photos shows college students passed out at a Mexican bar after sipping water they now think was spiked. So horrifying photograph shows two Oklahoma college students passed out with their heads on a bar after they say they were potentially drugged at a swim-up bar at a resort in Cancun. Y'all got to stop going to Cancun.
Y'all got to stop going to resorts and hotels. Get yourself a villa or an Airbnb. Upgrade your travel. Upgrade it.
Oh, no,
I'm
I
just saying.
just booked the hotel this morning. The resort. Sarah Hull, her
They
boyfriend.
got to kill me because I'm going to lay down.
Sarah Hull, her boyfriend Jake Snyder, and their friend Kylie Pitsy were having a pool day with friends when two young women suddenly passed out after ordering water at the bar. We both got water, and within 2 minutes, Jake had turned around and we both hit the bar heads down at the same time. Yeah, a shocking photograph taken moments after the two got their glasses of water shows both women holding hands with their heads lying on the bar, their drinks next to their limp arms. Hull, who spoke to the outlet from the hospital, said she and her friend believed their drinks were drugged. When I tell you, I have never felt like that in my life. I was so heavy to the point where I could not lift up my head or anything. All of a sudden, I started having seizing compulsions, she added.
Jeez.
They were rushed to a private hospital where they felt isolated and were hit with a huge bill for treatment. Look at them, though. They ended up having to be, like, intubated and all of this. The parents had to spend, like, $50,000 to bring them home from Mexico to get them treatment.
Wow.
And it's been really crazy, and they don't know what happened to them. So basically, it was just me and Zara in this hospital that had hundreds of rooms. all the locks on the outside of the room so they can lock you in. They said he didn't leave Hull's side at the Mexican hospital where Hull was heavily sedated. I don't know.
So wait a minute, the boyfriend didn't drink the water?
The boyfriend didn't drink the water, just the two girls.
I feel like it's common knowledge that when you go to Mexico that you drink bottled water, ain't it?
Right.
I thought you're not supposed to be drinking tap
water from the bar, so they thought
I don't want no bar tap water from
Who still
the
goes
bar.
to a pool bar?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My bougie is going to come out.
I
Like,
haven't submitted to the pool bar.
Thank you. No, thank
They
you.
said they were holding them captive. It cost them $10,000 just to be seen.
How are they holding them captive?
They locked them into the hospital.
Let me out. I don't have to. I can deny care.
What's happening?
Yeah, they suffered severe convulsions during the incident. They said they thought they were possibly drugged. They will require physical therapy to learn how to walk again. And they just really ended up really sick.
That's
right down
unfortunate.
there.
I feel bad for them, but I also, when you're on vacation, you see a lot of these people lose their inhibitions.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, you still need to remain alert. You are in another person's country.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I still find it suspect, though, that the boyfriend did not drink the water.
But the boyfriend stayed there with them in the hospital.
A lot of people like to
laying
see
up in
their crime.
hospital beds and things like that. White woman tears. And anyhow, that is the national news. And then are we going to do
I know that Bobby's probably running a little late. We're going to take 2 more minutes because we're not going to be here next week. And I know you guys are going to miss us so much. So we'll give you a little bit more extra time of us. That's what we're doing for you. Everybody clap. Not y'all, the one in the comment section. Quick headlines. Third teen arrested over Taylor Swift's terror plot after pledging allegiance to ISIS.
13 people.
The third teen.
So how old is this one? The other ones where you said it was
19 and 17.
And they was doing the inside job by
The
getting jobs and
17-year-old
plotting.
got a job at the place. So this person is 18 years old.
Is that her audience? Her teenagers are her audience?
Pretty much. Swifties, they're like not even teenagers. I think she starts from like 6.
Oh, God.
All the way into probably.
And they're angry at her?
No, so these were some ISIS ones that wanted, because they know that she has such a large crowd, they was going to disturb the peace over there.
So 19, 17 were arrested yesterday and now an 18-year-old.
That's crazy. Diddy's ex, Young Miami, says that he never abused her during their relationship. She did an interview with her best friend, Saucy Santana, and where she pretty much says that, it felt to me that it was very, like talking points. This is what they're going to ask you. This is what they want to know. This is what you should prepare your answers for. So they were very on point. They were very not real. But, like they asked her, like, what was you doing? She was like, I was just celebrating him while the rest of the world was celebrating him because he was getting a Lifetime Achievement Award and all kind of stuff. And I was celebrating him, too.
Clarissa,
and
please.
What she went through, what those ladies went through, she did not experience. So how could she talk on something that she did not experience?
I appreciate her saying that, though. She didn't dog him. Yeah. But she was just like, it's not my, I have no experience.
She decided that she had to go focus on herself. Well, here's some little clips from it, from the interview with her best friend, Santana.
Experience, like, dating him.
Well, I met Diddy at P Party, and I met him when he was in a love era. And I met Diddy when the world was celebrating him and giving him his flowers while he was alive.
That's for her. Her posture isn't even.
Can we normalize enunciation?
We can't with her.
Can we normalize it?
Listen, the comment section tore her up because people's ignorant as hell, and it was like, I didn't understand the word she said. They need to put captions. Yeah. But basically, exactly, she was just basically saying that, he treated her really well. He helped her to get to places where he saw her for more than just a rapper. And stuff like that. And
some people know who that they can deal with and who they can't. Like, I know I can beat you up, so I'm gonna beat you up.
That's what our comment.
They're a little bit of it.
Feel like
users know who to mess with.
Everybody trying to crucify me for it. Like,
crucify.
You was his biggest advocate. You was his cheerleader, but I was just celebrating when the world was celebrating him. So why am I being crucified, or why am I being separated?
Crucified.
So a lot of the things that people really say about him, you didn't experience that as in dating. That's not something that you saw. So is that the reason why you never said anything? Is that the reason why when all of these allegations and lawsuits came apart, like, why didn't you speak?
I can barely listen
because I can't speak on something that wasn't my experience, and I can't speak on something that I don't know.
He never hit you in a relationship. He was never violent. Was that something that you had to tolerate, or that wasn't a part of? I feel like a lot of people are wondering, was that your experience? And I know personally that you've been through domestic violence before, and I don't think that's something that I know that's something that you've brought.
You don't ask the question,
right?
And then
Right. I don't know either of those people.
I know, but you're familiar.
Else said that too.
So
I have
this
no
is
idea who these people are.
City Girls, young Miami and JT. They have a rap group together. So they what's their song?
City Girls, Summer, Hot Girl Summer.
Oh, yeah, I do love that little snippet. I like the gospel version that girl does on TikTok.
They sing
you know what's
Twerk
the
Fest.
It's a Hot Girl Summer.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't know.
That's
that
Megan Thee
is.
Stallion.
But City Girls.
That is true.
Well, I don't. But he just neither one of. I agree with the captions. I mean,
crucified.
But see, you know, there's an audience of people
Oh,
who
they
think
sing
that's
Act Bad.
I think I agree with LaWanda. Monkey know which tree to climb, and he and also we have to think about who Diddy was back then and who he has now become. He is the father of several girl children. Carisha was a little girl that he was dating, so he probably treated her a
Who's
little
Carisha?
girlish.
That's the one
My
that
young Miami.
Yeah.
So that's her real name?
Yeah, her name.
It
Carisha.
makes complete sense to me now.
She's from Miami.
Everything makes sense.
Young Miami. So yeah, I think I do not think that he abused her.
I don't think he abused her either.
That was Cassie with the video with Cassie was 8 years ago. I don't think that he's the same man.
No,
was 8 years ago.
Definitely.
No, but your character does come out when you get a little bit of coin. And I think Diddy, my grandmother used to say, you can always tell, boop, who never had money before because they don't know how to, and their character comes out. And I think he got a little bit of coin and people started yesing him and he got arrogant and a little nasty and think he can talk to people and treat them however they want.
Yeah.
He didn't run into a decent type of woman because she would be like, let me tell you, your mama and her wig and all of them coins you got, you cannot treat me that way.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That's true. But and again, and who he was at the time, he was on the rise. He was big in everything. These women wanted to be with him because of who he was.
Yes.
And now he's Diddy, you know, like Diddy. But back then he was Diddy, like
Puff Daddy.
Silver Shoe.
And a lot of people do the connections over character. We have a connection as
Yeah.
opposed to he or she has good character and I want this person on my side. They will align with me and elevate me.
Yeah.
And that's why you hear a lot of people, well, we have a connection. Like connection over character, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, character over connection.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nelly's arrested and stop him from collecting his $50K winnings. So yesterday we found out that Nelly had gotten arrested, and then they found a little ecstasy in his situation. No, he had got. When he was at the casino, he won big. They asked to do a background check. They found out that he had a warrant. So because he had a warrant, they searched him, found some ecstasy on him, and then arrested him.
Yeah.
Why did they need to do a background check?
That's what we're trying to figure out right now.
But that's what I'm saying. So I guess it was customary at this place for them to do a background check on people.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I thought that when we read that yesterday. But why would you do it? I mean, I'd be like, I'm Nelly.
Right.
Like, what you need to know?
I actually like him a lot.
Like
What's underling now?
Right. So anyhow, but he did get to collect his money?
Yep, he did get. He won 50K.
We understood.
He collected his money, and he is at least that's a good consolation prize.
And he got a baby on the way. Send that. Write the check before the baby comes.
Cardi B says she almost lost her baby in a freak accident, and
something is always with her kids.
I mean, Cardi B, you just got pregnant, so
she's big pregnant.
I know, but they just let us know as far as we know.
Oh my goodness!
But what happened? She tried to sleep off her pain. She slipped while going down the stairs. She heard a pop after the incident, which left her unable to move and screaming out for help. But she's okay, and she did not lose the baby.
Oh, good.
How pregnant is she? Is she 8 months?
I think she's about 8 months. Yeah.
Okay.
And last but not least, Lauryn Hill and the Fugees 2024 tour is quietly canceled, and we knew about this for a couple of days now.
Yeah.
So this was back in August 6th. They canceled it before it actually started. The U.S. tour by Miss Lauryn Hill and the Fugees, set for late summer and fall, has been canceled with the dates removed from Ticketmaster and ticket holders receiving notices about receiving refunds late Tuesday. Ticket holders posted screenshots of a message they received from Live Nation stating simply, your event has been canceled. A refund will be on its way to your account soon.
I gotta read you guys this comment.
She's the GOAT because anybody who can slide off of one album for 45 years and then still get people to pay for tickets.
And then have a history of not showing up on time for your tickets and still having sold out shows, and people want to go see you after years and years and years of either canceling and or coming so late that people leave.
And you're rude when you're there.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's
I've
amazing.
Read you guys this comment that somebody left under a post about them canceling. The guy said, "Not surprised. It could have all been so simple, but Lauren rather make it hard. Loving her is like a battle, and we as fans end up scarred.
Yes.
So tell us what we have to do to get some reciprocity. See, no one loves you more than we, and no other fans ever will."
Wow.
I love that.
Funniest people in the world are on the internet. I don't care what anybody says, because that is genius.
Yes, it is.
That is genius.
That is it. And that's how we all feel.
Absolutely. And that's also how we'll end the show.
Somebody else said she doesn't understand how her one album impacted a whole generation.
Couple of generations.
Right.
Four. Yep.
Us.
Yeah.
And why would you do this? But Lauren's
Or
cooked.
a lot of these artists, when they get a little bit of fame, all of a sudden they just act funky. It's like you begged God to be famous or to be a household
Ask for
name.
food on your table
Right.
and complaining
you out
when you
here
gotta
doing
eat.
your little raps in clubs and singing across your mother's church stages, and then you get the fame, and then you throw it in the face of people.
Terrible.
Like some people don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Some people don't deserve it.
And Lauren, unfortunately, she might just not deserve to do a tour, because it's got to be on point. It's got to be on time.
Yeah.
It's got to be it's got to be everything.
I think that we as people just need to be like, you know what? Thank you for that contribution to
Yeah.
our lives, and just let it go, because
Yeah.
we're not going to get reciprocity from Lauren. She
No,
will
we're not.
never love us the way that we love her.
Absolutely.
Unless we take it all away.
Yeah.
Just don't show up.
Yeah.
Don't show up.
Well, we ain't got nothing to show up to.
She don't come. She don't show up.
This is going to sound really weird. I took my mom to a Diana Ross concert like a couple years ago. Diana Ross did 3 costume changes. She was on time. The show ended on time. She sang all her hits and somebody else's. This woman is 110 years old.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
The fact that she can do that, and Lauryn Hill had one album.
One job.
Right.
Do a show.
Lauren's tapped though. She's had-flicted. And
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. But still.
She's not okay.
Well, it's not all right. But anyways, people, we are going to slide on over to the side. We're out next week. We'll be back the following Monday, live and bright and early. Don't forget Kitty's Carnival on August 17th. Kitty's Carnival on August 17th. If you have little children, that just come outside. You don't got to participate. Just come outside and represent for the children. We want to line the streets with people for these babies in their beautiful costumes and their parents who spend a lot to get them reconnected to the culture. So make sure you guys are doing that. Also, we got Teen Night at the Matter Hunt. Teen Soca Night on the Matter Hunt this Friday. Next Friday. Next Friday, Teen Soca Night. And Tristan and all of them, make sure that you guys are aware of all those things that are going on. And I believe Sizzla is here this weekend.
Yeah,
the 11th, yes, this
yes,
weekend.
Sizzla's here. Oh, the 10th. Tomorrow, Saturday, the mega show brought to you by Lions Production and Scoopsway. Sizzla will be here in Boston, and so many things.
Much going on.
Gold Fest tomorrow on City Hall Plaza.
Is Gold Fest only one day?
Yes, only one day. Ghostface Killer, Cake Swag,
How old is
all kinds of.
Ghostface Killer now?
Pretty
60.
60, 60ish.
But he's still fine.
Yes.
It is a free concert on City Hall Plaza. All you got to do, you can bring your lawn chairs, be safe, no big backpacks, act right. Act right.
Yes.
And that is tomorrow starting about 12 o'clock, I think it is. And it goes pretty much into the night. So it's a full day of entertainment, hip hop on City Hall Plaza. So make sure you're there. Spark FM will be there. We're one of their sponsors. So make sure you come out. And it's going to be a fun time.
Oh, yeah.
Any last minute words, Miss Tony?
No, just, be safe, have fun, be good. We will be back. Don't miss us too much. We will check in as much as we can. Triz might be here a few days holding it down, and we might have special guest with Triz. So
absolutely,
don't abandon us.
Don't forget,
we abandon y'all.
Politics in Prosecco every Tuesday, starting on the 20th from 1 to 3 p.m. with Jaquetta, who we had the pleasure of sitting down with today. Thank you for coming. Thank you very much. You're very
gosh, look at the lineup at Gold Fest.
Very insightful.
Ghostface Killer, SCL Gold, Dutch Rebel, Michael Christmas, Motivate Baron, Cake Swag, Exit Fame, Clark D, and on and on and on. It's going to be great.
Yeah. That's.
I'm not commenting on that.
I
don't know anything about that.
What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, just to remind people to register to vote. You still have time.
Yes. When is the last day to vote?
You can do it 10 days before the actual election.
Okay, so people, we're going to be letting you guys know about that. We'll be putting something together, too, for election time so that you guys know what's going on at all times. Most likely, Jaquetta will be leading that. And we'll let you know about it later.
Okay.
And the work starts now. You guys be safe. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. Don't miss us too much. We love you. We'll see you guys later. And bye-bye.
Bye. You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are enjoying the miracle of radio.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.